class. My name is Robert Ingram. I'm here to talk to you today about fantasy football. Alright, Standard Draft League. That's the league we'll be discussing in detail.
This is a quick overview of the league. It's got everybody's team and their position and who they're playing this week.
Drafting. Now we'll be telling you how to draft the proper team. Now in a Standard Draft League, you're going to have a quarterback position. You're going to have 2 wide receiver positions, 2 running back positions, 1 tight end, and 1 flex position, along with a kicker and a defense. Drafting tips. There's some tips when you consider where you're drafting. Always be prepared. As in, having notes. Keep your notes handy during drafting day. You want to know who the starters are, who the rookies are, and who's going to be getting the ball. I always bring a laptop. Reason being, you can keep everything on here, and when you're drafting, you're usually drafting online anyways, unless it's a live draft. And that way you have all your notes handy to flip back and forth. Another tip, bring the beer. Don't drink the beer, bring the beer. Make sure everybody else is having lots of fun while you're on top of your game. Alright, now I'm going to discuss injury reports with you.
Now this is going to be how to check your injury reports. Now right now I have Doug Martin because I believe he will play. But you can go to here and you can see the little red flyer. Now if I click on that, it'll tell you everything about Doug Martin and his knee. They say he's at 100%, but I've had to bench him the past 2 weeks because of an injury. Now when you see those little markers come up with the red markers that say questionable, possible, or they'll even say out sometimes due to injuries, you gotta watch this on your players. Because if you don't, you could be playing somebody that won't give you no fantasy points for the week because they're not going to be playing.
I'm about to show you on my computer how to do a weekly lineup and how to place your players and how to place them where.
Now this is my team. As you can see, it gives you a position of a quarterback, your wide receivers, your running backs, your tight end, and your flex player. Your flex player can be a wide receiver, a running back, or a tight end. Basically, they're in there just to get you some points on offense. Now, you also have your kicker and your defense down here, but those positions can be filled weekly. Right now, I hold on to Houston's defense. Why? Because Houston's defense is one of the top in the league. As you can see, I have 3 players that are on a bye week. I have Peyton Manning, Brian Quick, and Andrew Hawkins. Since those 3 players are on a bye week, I want those players on the bench, the BA bench. Now the sub players is quite simple. Once they're on your team, you can hit wide receiver, running back, or tight end, and it gives you a list of all your running backs, your wide receivers, and tight ends to fill that slot. So I can add Bobby Rainey. Though I don't want Bobby Rainey in, I can hit the slot again, put in Frank Gore. And then it shows you my lineup and my projected fantasy points.
Now, knowing what players to bench. Now throughout the week, you're going to see who they're matched up against. So you say you have a quarterback. Let's say you have Peyton Manning, but they're playing Houston, one of the top defenses in the league. Would you start Peyton Manning, or would you start your backup quarterback? These are things to be mindful of throughout every week. Know who your opponents are, and know who to. That'll help you to know who to bench and who to play. Sometimes benching your top players is the good thing because the backups are going to get more points than the star players are, depending on who they are playing. Free agency. Now throughout the league, there's going to be free agents, and you're going to be able to see who they are because you can watch who people on your league drop, so you can pick up certain players. Free agency is very important for a week-by-week basis. You can see who's up for grabs, and you can be the first to grab them. Most importantly, have fun. Don't forget, fantasy football is a game, it's a hobby. Smack talk, have fun with your friends, and enjoy.